welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that Hi-Fi Unicorn decided to release a performance video of the song Daydream. I absolutely loved listening to it, so I'm excited to get to see the live aspect. So I'm really excited about that. Don't forget, if you want this song or any other of your favorite songs to end up on our fandom favorites top 30 chart, check that in the description box down below. Let's go ahead and get started. I already know that I love this song, so I cannot wait to see this in the performance version. It's so pretty. And I also love when Taemin does keyboard. It just adds like another element to like what they have going on. It's so pretty. Look at my goosebumps already, just from the beginning. Oh. I just love how this song builds. Oof. I love the piano part. It's so pretty with the strings and everything. I want this to be like in a drama or a movie. It's so pretty. I love how delicately Taemin just set those vocals. I love everything pulled away. And the backing vocals. As soon as you hear the bum, 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 it's so beautiful. Okay, what I really love about hearing it in this format is the visual aspect that it gets, but it also like pulls my attention into like different aspects of what was going on, because I've heard this before. I heard it, the lyric video, and then of course I've listened to it because I think this is a really good song. So I listened to it outside of here, but something that, you know, I wasn't necessarily putting together before is how the other instruments are really pairing with the piano. You know, kind of how we talked about earlier about Marionette being really focused on the guitar, on Hyunyul's part, right? Here it's focused on the piano. And I've noticed this throughout this kind of time that they're doing all of these songs, how different ones are focused on different elements. So either, you know, vocals or, you know, the guitar, and like I said, Marionette. This one is focused on the piano. I want to say there was one focused on bass. There's been a couple where there are some like really cool drum parts too. So it seems like they're kind of focusing on different elements of songs as well, not just like creating a song in itself, but also focusing on the instruments that go with it. So what I really loved this time, because the piano is so dramatic, it really creates that daydream feel that is encompassing of the song, as well as adding those strings in there as well. But the little parts that you hear with the other instrumentation going along with that, really supporting that, is so important. Even just Shuto and Taemin's vocals going along with that, I think is so important to create this kind of daydreamscape that you hear in your mind, and you can kind of visualize everything that's happening, which I really, really love. Because, you know, like I said, the reason when we listen to music over and over again, sometimes we get focused on certain aspects of it. So for instance, when I'm listening to something the first time, I usually get transported by the melody, because I'm a vocalist, so I tend to focus on vocals, right? And then, you know, I can maybe catch a couple of things here and there. But the more that we listen to music, and especially if we listen to it with intent, the more that we can pick up on different aspects. So if we're just listening to something in the background, we might catch something here and there, but the important part is to listen to music with intent, because then you're going to catch different aspects of different things. So even though I've heard this a couple of times, you know, I've been listening to it a lot since it came out, I haven't been listening to it with intent. So now that I've listened to it again with intent, you know, I was able to pick up on some nuances that were happening within the instrumentation, as far as like the swelling of the strings, the way that it like pulled things forward. I really loved the part at the beginning of the main line, basically the ba-da-da, ba-da-da, because it is really interesting to hear that aspect and then focus on the other instrumentation throughout that. So I just implore you to, of course, listen to music however you want, right? But when you have a chance to listen to music with intent and do it several times, it just creates like more and more understanding about what the artist wants you to understand from the art, which I think is so cool, because you can also like do this with other things. You know, this is what I do when I go into an art gallery, because I'm not super familiar with art. It's not like my forte or anything. You know, I'm a classically trained vocalist, so it's a little bit different, right? But when I go into look at something, so what I do is I first I look at the picture right in front of me, and then I go read about it, right? But then I go back and I look at it again, and it's just like getting those bits and pieces that I might have picked up from, you know, either a title or a little description or some thoughts that might have been on that from there. You can also, of course, create your own opinion from that, but I think listening with intent or looking with intent, I think, is really important in art, as well as getting the not listening with intent. I also think the casual approach to listening things as well is important, because I think that you learn different things from everything when you do that. So I really, really enjoy this song. It's one of my favorites the Hi-Fi Unicorn has put out during this basically, I don't know how long is it this supposed to be. Is it going to be for the whole year? I hope it is, because they've been releasing so many songs and they've been so incredible. So you guys have to fill me in down below. I don't know how long this is supposed to last, but if they just want to continue and keep giving me amazing music to listen to, I will be happy with that. But tell me what your guys' thoughts are down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part of the song or MV? I really love the simplicity too of this set. I feel like there weren't a ton of like cuts in as far as like looking at anything visually. I think it was really focused, like I said, on creating that kind of daydream kind of feel, which I even think having it be kind of a little darker was a really, really smart choice as well, because again, it kind of transported you into this daydream kind of feel. Yeah, a reminder, if you want this song or any other song to end up on our fandom favorites top 30 chart, make sure you check that in the description box down below. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
See you want me, and now you're alive, and I'm just